Coming up this week on Montclair News Lab, it's the season of giving, but this group gives year-round.
The men and women who share their stories to Jeanette and Alexa are no longer strangers, but friends in need.
A community shows support in a family's time of need.
It makes everything so much easier getting up in the morning and just really playing for him.
And later, a different kind of medicine, how pets can help students with anxiety.
It's just really nice and calming to have him here, just to be able to pet him and hug him.
From the School of Communication and Media at Montclair State University, this is Montclair News Lab. Hello, and welcome to Montclair News Lab. From the School of Communication and Media, I'm Amanda Eustace.
And I'm Ashley Kuzakonki. Each week we scour campus, Montclair, and New Jersey to bring you news and stories we'll be talking about all week. It's a season of giving, and our first story is fitting. Nonprofit Project Humanized tells the stories of homeless people who are often ignored. I met with them to see how they make this happen.
So, I'm Jeanette. So we're from Project Humanized, and what we're doing is, I guess we've been doing it for about a year and a half now, is we go and we sort of speak with the homeless to try and get sort of their story so that people understand, to make you more of a human. You know?
Jeanette Mocknes and Alexa Schwartz are best friends and founders of the website Project Humanize.
They walk around New York talking and taking pictures and videos of those less fortunate souls who live on the streets. They then post their stories on a website to help people understand that these are human beings.
Don't be negative about anything, be positive about everything. If you want something, go get it.
I thank God for keeping me alive all through the years, one stage of my life.
The men and women who share their stories to Jeanette and Alexa are no longer strangers, but friends in need.
That's what gets to me, is that these people, he is so God's looking out for me. I'm so thankful I wake up every day, and why can't we be like that?
Yeah.
Jeanette and Alexa both understand that sometimes it's not just money the homeless need, but to be treated like a human being.
That hug is when was the last time they were hugged? You know what I mean? When was the last time?
And not only does days like these end with some laughs, a couple tears, but most importantly, new friendships.
You can learn more about Project Humanize and see the stories they've gathered by visiting their website, projecthumanize.org.
Continuing our look at helping the homeless, we're joined now by Tim Frares, who is a founder of an organization that helps the homeless. It's called Got You Covered. So Tim, tell us more about what you guys do, both here in New Jersey or the New York City area and abroad.
Yeah, basically we started real practical. We just build bags, and we just started to walk out, see who we would find in the streets, and just have conversation, offer them, see if they wanted a bag or not, and then we just go from there. We just started making the bags and handing them out like that.
And you are planning to go back to the Amazon this January.
Yeah.
What do you guys plan on doing there?
So for the past 3 years, we've been going to the Amazon to help a very humble village. And last year we were able to do a bigger event. But this year we're going to do the same thing. We provide 3 meals for the kids there. It's easily over 200 kids. I want to say closer to 300 children there. And we bring the bags, but we put school supplies and things like that, things that they don't really have over there. But I love going there. It's so much fun meeting all the kids, and the kids have a blast, so it's amazing.
And what inspired you to start Got You Covered? I know it definitely just wasn't you. It was a group of other people. Right?
Yeah, so I commute to Rutgers, Newark, and the surrounding area, I'd see a lot of homeless people, and I would try to do as much as I can. I didn't always want to give money. I wanted to kind of meet them, and I started off by handing bags of chips and stuff. But then once I told a group of friends, they got really into it, and then we were like, yo, let's make 50 bags. So we started with 50 bags, and then we threw a name on it. We're like, oh, Got You Covered, whatever, just for fun. And then it just blew up from there. We put it in the internet locally. A lot of people liked it, and we just kept doing it. And now we're in the Amazon doing it, so it's awesome.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
And what do you have in that bag here today?
So in this bag, we have winter essentials. We make sure we put gloves, socks, and beanies. Socks is a big thing with the homeless community. A lot of times when they receive help, they don't get socks, and they, it's really cold out there. We put blankets, we put some snacks, things like that, just to help out, things that everybody needs.
Now, I understand that a few times, even throughout the year or two, you guys also put together care package bags for females,
Yes.
right? So they're
Yes.
catered to females. How did that come about?
Yeah, the first one, I didn't even have that in mind. And then someone reached out to me through social media and was just like, watch this video. And it was a video about the struggles that homeless women go through, you know? And I had no idea. So we do that now. We focus on that. We make sure that we get everybody. It's not, of course, it's not just for men. It's everyone who needs help. And so we started doing that. But yeah, it's really cool, yeah.
And good luck to you and your team this January, going back to the Amazon.
Yeah,
thank you so much for being here today
No,
with us.
thank you guys.
Tim.
Thank you guys.
Earlier this year, a young man from Kearney died in a car accident, leaving family and friends in mourning. The way his community found light in such a dark time is inspiring, especially this time of year. For Tanya Rivero, watching a soccer game will never be the same. Her son Adrian lost his life in a car accident in March. His passion was soccer.
He started playing when he was 4 years old. He always showed on the field tremendous control with the ball, so strong. That's all he wanted to do in life. I just want to play soccer, Mom.
Adrian received a championship ring for winning the New Jersey Athletic Conference when playing for Rutgers Newark. Adrian was driving home from Delaware after picking up a puppy with 3 friends when he fell asleep at the wheel. Adrian's mother says that every day is a struggle for her.
I always wondered how parents overcome or deal with the loss of a child. I wish I could tell someone how. I don't know myself. I always attribute it to God, my faith. I know my son is with me at all times.
To cope with his death, Adrian's family took his love for soccer and academic accomplishments and started the Adrian Velasquez Scholarship Fund that would award 2 students with a scholarship each year. The most recent fundraiser for the scholarship was a soccer tournament. 17 teams competed in the tournament that started at 8 in the morning and went past 6 at night.
I think the scholarship fund for our family, it helps us give back to a community that he gave to. We do this because we know he would want to do that.
The recipients of the 2018 scholarships were Caitlin Mead and Gianna Hotch. Mead was awarded the athletic scholarship and Hotch received the academic. They were friends with Adrian and are seen here in a photo with him.
The scholarship has definitely affected my career at Montclair State University. I mean, it gave me the opportunity to play soccer there, and it also makes everything so much easier getting up in the morning and just really playing for him.
Those who knew Adrian still talk about the moment that made Kearney history, when he scored the final penalty kick that won the state sectional title.
If you knew Adrian before that, you knew it wasn't missing.
It makes me feel amazing that my son is not forgotten, that he's going to be remembered for a long time, related to what he did best. Help others, love others, his community, and soccer, forget it. I mean, it all comes together.
From one family's tragedy to helping others, that's the legacy of Adrian Velasquez.
Every week, we check in with the very latest from our campus newspaper, the Montclair Ian. Here's what they've been up to this week.
In news this week, we have a story on the aftermath of the huge snowstorm that took over Montclair State. Montclair State's union addressed that they were not happy with how administration and facilities handled the event that caused students to be stuck in the storm.
So in this week's entertainment section, we have an article, Voices of Unity, which is about one of Montclair State's on-campus gospel choirs. They did a performance this past Sunday, and one of my writers, Jeremy Wall, went to it, wrote about it, and took some pictures. So take a look.
So for Feature this week, I wrote an article about out-of-state students and how much money they put into their higher education, and that the experiences they get from Montclair State is worth it.
A new issue of the Montclairian is published every Thursday. Grab your own copy or visit their website at montclairian.org.
Now, we're going to check in with our friends at WMSC, our campus radio station, where Christian seems a little on edge this week, and Pat doesn't seem himself either.
Okay. All right, Haral, look, you're going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Just remember, you are Pat. You are Pat Schicchetti, okay? You got this. Hi, ladies and gentlemen.
I think I need to be higher.
You're fine. Shh. Hi, I'm Christian Curatola here for WMSC.
And I'm Pat Machete.
Close enough. And we're here to tell you all about all the exciting things happening at our station this week. On Friday, we'll be having Rad Trads come in as a live musical guest, a special band that will be performing on air in our personal performance space.
And if you want to listen to that, tune in to 90.3 or the iHeartRadio app or WMSCradio.com.
Great. Oh, God, I miss Pat.
Hang in there, Christian. Winter break is around the corner. Make sure you tune in on WMSCradio.com, the iHeartRadio app, and 90.3 on FM radio.
Anxiety isn't easy to deal with, but there is a resource that helps students cope with stress. Teresa Sheridan reports on the growing use of therapy animals on college campuses.
Meet Stephanie Russo, one of many students who has an emotional support pet.
This is Sammy. Come here. Now he's like, no, I just wanted to climb. He's like about 2 years old. I have had him since he was 3 weeks old. He's the best.
Thanks to the Disability Resource Center, students like Russo can have the comfort of their pet on campus. For Russo, having Sunny means help with her anxiety.
It's just really nice and calming to have him here, just to be able to pet him and hug him and have him interact with me. It really is just calming, a really calming presence.
But not all students believe in the idea of emotional support animals. For AJ Malillo, who has allergies, having animals living on campus creates a problem.
So in regards to having anxiety and issues like that, I think that you could solve those issues in other ways, not necessarily needing an animal. You could go to an actual therapist, which I know they definitely offer on campus, especially because if you're dorming here and you have the animal living with you in the dorms, it's not necessarily fair for people like me who I'm allergic to cats and dogs.
An emotional support animal helps with the treatment and/or recovery of an individual with a disability. Unlike service animals, like seeing eye dogs for example, therapy animals are not allowed in classrooms and are prescribed or recommended by a mental health professional. Frances Vadas, a licensed clinical social worker, fills out paperwork for those who would benefit from emotional support pets.
According to the Journal of Evidence-Based Social Work, 82% of people that had anxiety or depression, their symptoms decreased within 1 week of having a pet. So it's incredible. Those are huge statistics, 82%.
For those who aren't all for having emotional support pets, Russo has some advice.
People have different things that help them. Maybe they don't really realize the impact that animals can have on your mental health because, even when you go home, if you have a pet and you're just so much happier to see them, or if you're having a bad day, animals are really intuitive in sensing those types of things. I think everyone should be able to have a pet.
For Montclair News Lab, I'm Teresa Sheridan.
Thank you for joining us on Montclair News Lab. From all of us from the School of Communication and Media, I'm Ashley Kuzakonki.
And I'm Amanda Eustace. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Montclair News Lab, and follow us on Twitter at MSU News Lab to view the latest newscasts and get a behind-the-scenes look at our weekly productions. We leave you with the photo of the week from Professor Franklin's Multimedia News Production course, taken by Paula Vera.